17 Global Goals to Reach 7 Billion People Worldwide. Written by Michael Snyder. Edited and produced by Michael Canfield. The UN General Assembly inked Agenda 230 on September 25, 2015, and launched a set of 17 ambitious goals that it plans to achieve over the next 15 years. Would make the most jaded spin master, propagandist, proud. The UN started these new global goals are the new universal agenda for humanity. Virtually every nation on the planet has willingly signed on to this new agenda, and you are expected to participate whether you like it or not. Some of the biggest stars in the entire world have been recruited to promote the global goals. If you live in New York City, you're probably aware of the Global Citizen Festival that was held in Central Park on Saturday the 26th, where some of the biggest names in music industry promoted these new global goals. With an impassioned plea to end poverty, rocked the Great Lawn in Central Park as more than 60,000 fans gathered Saturday for the 4th annual Global Citizens Festival. The feel-good event, timed to coincide with the annual gathering of world leaders at the UN General Assembly, featured performances by Beyonce, Pearl Jam, Ed Sheeran, and Coldplay. Pope Francis gave his backing to the agenda in his address to the UN General Assembly to adopt the 17-point New World Order plan, calling it an important sign of hope at a very troubled time in the Middle East and Africa. When Danish Prime Minister Lars Rasmussen struck his gavel to approve the development roadmap, leaders and diplomats from all 193 UN member states stood and applauded loudly. Then the summit immediately turned to the real business of the 3-day meeting: implementation of the goals, which is expected to cost $5 trillion every year until 2030. Wow, 15 years times $5 trillion equals $75 trillion. Okay, that's over 31% of the entire world's wealth. So where will the trillions of dollars come from? America is already nearly bankrupt with $19 trillion of debt. When you read over these global goals, many of them sound quite good. After all, who wouldn't want to end hunger? The key, look behind the language and understand what is really being said. And what is really being said is that the elite want it all heaped into their one world system. The following goals are translated into language that we can all understand. Goal 1, end poverty in all its forms everywhere. Translation, centralize all banks, IMF, and the World Bank. Control through digital one world currency in a cashless society. Goal 2, end hunger. Achieve food security and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. Translation, GMO, genetically modified organism. Goal 3, ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. Translation, mass vaccination, or Codex Alimentarius, the UN Book of Rules for the masses. Goal 4, ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Translation, UN brainwashing through compulsory education from cradle to grave. Goal 5, achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Translation, population control through forced family planning. Goal 6, ensure availability and sustainability management of water and sanitation for all. Translation, Privatize all water sources. Sell it on peak pricing. Goal 7. Ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. Translation: smart grid with smart meters on everything. Peak pricing. Goal 8. Promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth. Full and productive employment and decent work for all. Translation: enforce megacorporate interests. TPP free trade. Goal 9. Build resilient infrastructure. Promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization and foster innovation. Translation: control free travel. Pay to use roads, public transit, self-driving vehicles. Goal 10. Reduce inequity within and among countries. Translation: more government laws, rules, and bureaucracy. Goal 11. Make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Translation: enforce big data surveillance systems with Big Brother. Goal 12. Ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. Translation: forced austerity. Goal 13. Take urgent action to combat climate change and its impacts. Translation: taxation. From cap and trade, carbon use, and country footprint. Goal 14. Conserve and sustain use of the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. Translation: control all oceans with environmental restrictions, including mineral rights. Goal 15. Protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems. Manage forests, reverse land degradation, and halt biodiversity loss. Translation: increase control over environmental resources and mineral rights. Goal 16. Promote peace and inclusive societies. Provide access to justice for all and build effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions at all levels. Translation: create chaos by a forced refugee crisis and war. Incorporate UN peacekeeping missions. Control law and order with the International Court of Justice. Increase UN peacekeeping power. Remove the Second Amendment in the USA. Goal 17. Strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the Global Partnership for Sustainable Development. Translation: remove national sovereignty worldwide. Promote globalism under the authority of the New World Order, the UN. A monster Orwellian bureaucracy. You can find the official documents for the new UN agenda and much, much more at www.gla.news. The more you realize just how insidious these global goals really are, the more prepared you are, the better. Subscribe to www.gla.news. It's free. The elite want a one-world government, economic system, and religion. The elite want you to sign up for the New World Order without a fight, willingly. The global goals are the template for the NWO, New World Order. To many, the utopia that the elite are promising sounds quite enticing. Sounds too good to be true. It is. Remember this, it's not like that. Most of the world's wealth is controlled by a few, the elite. This call for a united world is very, very chilling. End times, New World Order is an evil conquest. Thank you.